The desperate search for Ariel Jeffrey Kouakou is now heading into day 4. New surveillance footage shows the 10-year-old boy in Montreal on the morning he disappeared. So we're showing that to you now. As the search continues, there are questions about why an Amber Alert was first issued and then it was canceled, even though the boy is still missing right now. Joining me to help answer that question is former Toronto police investigator Mark Mendelson. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
So really the question that we were trying to figure out yesterday is why was this Amber Alert canceled if the boy is still missing?
Well, the irony is that the criteria hadn't been met in Montreal or in the province of Quebec to issue the Amber Alert in the first place. There's really 4 criteria. The missing person has to be under the age of 18. There has to be some evidence of imminent danger, and I mean imminent danger. There has to be some suggestion, and not really evidence that you have to, that would satisfy a court, but evidence that would satisfy a detective, that there may be some forcible confinement or kidnapping involved. That's really what's important, and that there's information to give out to the public, a suspect vehicle, a description of the kid.
But at the end of the day, a 10-year-old boy is still missing.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think the criteria is ridiculous, frankly. And the whole idea of the Amber Alert is that it's immediate. It happens, the call comes in, it gets investigated for a few minutes, and you start. It's not waiting around to meet a criteria so that 4 hours later you're putting the Amber Alert out. Anyone who has kids is not going to sit around and say, what do you mean I'm waiting for criteria number 3?
Well, that's the thing.
You want it out, and you want it out fast, and so do the police. And so it's a bit of a massaging practice. Montreal police admitted right off the bat it had not met the criteria, and they didn't care, and I think that's a great move.
Because at the end of the day, when you issue that Amber Alert, what does that do for you? It alerts, obviously, the media. We are on top of the story. Resources become more accessible.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely. And really, does anybody really take offense to having one extra text message on your phone or a flash, a banner coming off of your TV? I mean, every day I win a trip for 4 people on a cruise to the Bahamas. Every day on a text message. I have somebody in the subcontinent who wants to send me $250 million US because they kind of like me. I get one of these every day. I think everybody else does. I don't mind one extra text message telling me that somebody's missing in Toronto, somebody's been abducted. It doesn't trouble me at all. Okay,
so is this ineffective? Is the Amber Alert system, does it need to be changed?
I think the criteria has to be softened a bit. I think it has to be streamlined, that it can get out faster. We don't want to be inundated with these Amber Alerts, because then it becomes like a crying wolf situation. You ignore them completely. So streamline it a little bit. If it involves kids, don't wait around for abduction. If you have a 5-year-old child that's gone missing, put an Amber Alert out. If your mother or father are suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's and they don't have their medication and they're 87 years old wandering the streets, put it out there. What's the harm?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be obviously following this story with this young boy, Ariel. Thanks for being here this morning.
You're welcome.